Everyone that doesn't know, being on Sergeant Burke, I'm going to give you a brief on conversation, other prohibited relationships, between soldiers of different ranks. Army Regulation 600-20, paragraph 4, 14, 15, and 16 are going to be covering this brief today. Next slide, please. Next slide. All right, we're going to go over the current policy, what has changed over the last few years, the different types of prohibited relationships, gambling, accountability, commander's options, and other prohibited relationships. Next slide, please. So in 98, at that time, the Secretary of Defense decided, the military needed to change its current policy. So he put out a directive that all the military branches had to come online to a policy which would prohibit personal relationships such as dating, living together, and also dating, as well as gambling or entering into business contracts with soldiers of different ranks. Next slide, please. The new policy is for both active and reserve soldiers. It only applies to reserve soldiers when they are on active duty. Relationships between Army personnel and personnel of other military services. So you have Army, you have Navy, you have an enlisted Army, an officer in the Navy. That is a prohibited relation. The term officer includes both commissioned and warrant officers. The Army continues to prohibit all professional relationships that compromises the chain of command, cause partiality or unfairness, involve the improper use of rank for personal gain, create an adverse impact on discipline, authority, morale, and mission accomplishment. Just like it was briefed earlier today, talked about Sergeant Clone was talking about a general and an improper relationship with a captain. One of the big issues was that it compromised the chain of command. It also compromised the morale and the mission of that unit. Next slide. Also, relationships that experience of violating any of these standards are prohibited. We talk about a lot of times perception in the Army. If your actions are perceiving that you're in some type of relationship with that person, could be considered prohibited contact. Next slide, please. Certain types of relationships between officers and enlisted personnel are not prohibited. So business relationships, you cannot be involved. An enlisted and commissioned officers or warrant officers cannot be in a business relationship. An ongoing business relationship. However, you can be in a contract that one of the parties is a landlord. You can do a one-time purchase. So an officer is selling a vehicle, the enlisted personnel purchases the vehicle, that is okay. But a continuing, ongoing relationship is prohibited. Go ahead, next slide. Dating, sharing living accommodations, and intimate or sexual relations between officer and enlisted are prohibited. Exceptions. Relationships that violate policy only because of the promotion or change in status. So two sergeants, they're dating, they get married, and all of a sudden, a few years from now, the female, she does the OCS, and now she's a lieutenant. They're grandfathered in. They were married beforehand. Now, however, those two same sergeants are dating, and the one that goes to OCS and becomes an officer. That is a prohibited relationship. They have to be married before the one is a commissioned officer. For Army Reserve National Guard and Army Reserves, only personnel relationships that exist due to civilian acquaintanceship unless individuals are on active duty or other training. So if an individual's in the guard or the reserves, you're still prohibited from having a business contract with them or an improper relationship, because at some point they will be on active duty. Gambling between officers and enlisted personnel is prohibited. There are no exceptions. There's none whatsoever. You cannot, and officers and enlisted can't get together and play card games. They can't be going to casinos together and gambling. It's all going to go back. It's going to affect the chain of command. It's going to affect the morale and the mission of the unit. Next, please. Associations between officers and enlisted that occur in the contents of community organizations, religious activities, athletic teams and events, unit-based social functions, or family gatherings are not prohibited. So, you and your PL go to the same church, and then you guys have a social afterwards, and you guys hang out, and you guys barbecue. That is okay. However, you can't just invite that lieutenant over to your house, or vice versa. If you're lieutenant, invite an enlisted person over to your house just to have a barbecue because you guys are going to hang out. If it's in the context of social activities, or religious, or sports, that type of relationship is okay. Next, please. Accountability. In any relationship, the senior person is generally in the best position to terminate or limit the relationship. All service members, however, may be held accountable for relationships that violate this party. Both parties will be held accountable. But we all probably aware who's usually going to take the hardest hit. The higher ranking person usually. Next slide. These are the commander's options. They always say he has a wide range of options. Counseling, administrative, non-judicial, Article 15, all the way up to a court-martial. The goal is to use the response that is warranted, appropriate, and fair. So you always, what it is, you want to use the minimal amount of punishment necessary to get the point across. Next, please. Okay, IET, that is basic training, soldiers that are in AIT. You cannot have a relationship with those type of soldiers. You ask probably like, why does that pertain to me here? If you ever go to a TRADOC post for a school, NCOES school, you might encounter those. You cannot have a relationship with a service member that is in training, either basic training, AIT. Army's goal has not changed. Their whole fraternization policy is oriented to be a combat-ready force. Army standards have not changed. Relationships which harm unit cohesion are unacceptable. Army policy has changed. Commanders are the key players now in guiding soldiers through the transition. In summary, this is what we discussed. Next slide. Does anybody have any questions on fraternization?
No.
No, Sergeant.
Mm.